Hey everyone, I'll go ahead and give the generic sting startup by saying I'll be brief because I value your time and know how important it is to have a planning period. In fact, I value your time so much I decided not even to show up today. So let's get started talking about Google Sites. I'm going to work backwards from here because I want you to see how I use it in my classroom and how it has benefited me before talking about creating your own. This will give you an idea of whether or not you think it can be useful for yourself in your classroom. One of the first things you need to do when you log on to your computer is always make sure that you're in your Google Apps account. So it's your email with the ccsjackets.org and then your password. So I'm going to click right here and we're going to open up my Google site. So the first thing you see is just a basic introduction. Now, not everybody can access this. Only people with Google app accounts can. So the good thing is every student in the school has this so they can access it. So you see here, I have my home page that I've created, and I have a couple of links on here. You can click on a link, and this will take you to the Twitter account I run from the high school. I got a picture of me and my wife here, just a little personal information, just some things, a basic introduction. The main things about this site are over here to the left. I have my Algebra 2 class and my Pre-Calc class. Now, first semester I did a lot more with Algebra 2. Pre-Calc, I was kind of using Canvas a little bit more, but decided this site was very good to use in line with Canvas. So we're going to look here at Algebra 2. So you see here, you can click on Algebra 2, and here's some basic information. So we've got the subpages, which are the units that we've covered or are covering now. I've got a link to my YouTube channel that they can click on to go watch videos. I had a student survey that I had them fill out through Google Surveys at the beginning of each semester. And then here there's the basic things. I have the invite for the Remind 101. I have a curriculum map so they can go through and they can look at the curriculum and they can check out all the standards and everything that we're going to be covering. And then I've also got my syllabus right here that they can download into their Google Docs and have. So first semester, just working through this, I started this thing out as every page was going to have 4 subpages with classworks, notes, the presentations, and then the standards. So they can click on and they could go through and they could look at the standards by downloading this. Well, as you see, as they go through the classwork, it's not very organized. And basically all of these uploads, these are all the worksheets, practice sheets, and reviews that we did. They're not in any particular order. Same thing with the notes and presentations, okay? I've got all the PowerPoint stuff here and all the notes we took. And you can see for the most part, this is a little bit more organized because of the days, but still it's kind of messy and hard to get through. So Unit 2, I decided I was going to switch it up. Unit 2, what I decided to do was I'll just give them a basic overview of what we're doing in Unit 2, and then for each day, I'll just put the topic. So for instance, if they miss binomial theorem, well, they can click on binomial theorem, and what we have is we have a YouTube video embedded into the page, and then their notes and their worksheet and the other stuff that goes along with it. So if they missed 2 days where we covered binomial theorem, they can click on this and they can get their notes and information. Let's say they missed function combination, same concept. They can go in here, they can click on their notes. So they have the notes we took on the board that day, and then they have their work for the combining functions. Well, while this is a little bit better than the other one as far as organization, they still have to come and ask you, well, what did I miss? What did I miss? So what I started doing this semester is I tried to organize it a little bit better. So what I've done now is I've put the standards in the description. And now what I've done, instead of putting by topic, I've started listing by day. So 1/6/2016, 1/12, 1/19, 1/4. Basically any day that they missed, anything that I've uploaded, now they can just look at it for the date that they missed. Another good thing about this, if you think about it, this is about as good as a lesson plan. You have your standards and what you're covering as your objectives go, and then on each day you have your material. So for instance, on the 12th, we completed a quiz review in Canvas, and that we're going to take a quiz the next Thursday. if they missed on the 19th. So that would have been this would have been Tuesday on the 19th. See, please use the notes to help you complete the last 3 problems on the last page. So they click on their notes, okay? They can go through here and they can look at their notes. And then their work is to complete the last 3 problems. So really, this is really to help you stay organized. It's a good way to plan. It's a good way to always have your plans ready when you have an evaluation. If you don't have them printed, but you have this, to me, this is just as good as lesson planning on paper. The other thing it does is it eliminates excuses for kids for not having this, because they can access these things through their phones, iPads, computers. Any day that they miss, even if they can't do it at home, they can always come in and they can always access this stuff. Now, I'm a little bit more fortunate because of the Chromebooks I have, but the library, there's all sorts of resources where they can go through, click on these things, and download their notes. So just another look here at some notes that we took in class. They can take these, they can download them, okay? They can download them in the library, they can print them, or they can just save them to their Google Drive so that they always have them. They don't even have to write them down. They can print them, save them, take them with it. That way that there's no excuse for not having these things. Over here is the same thing with pre-calc. Now, I've only really started doing this semester with trig identities, but it's still the same concept. You see, last week we had, or 2 weeks ago, our Tuesday and our Thursday stuff was on that. This class is a little bit more geared towards Canvas, so I don't put as much on here, but it still gives us the same concept. We have our standards. If they miss a day, they download their notes. We have more problems, more notes to take, and just things that they can print, copy down, and they always have at their disposal. So the main ways that I use mine is, each day I try to go on here. If it's something where we did notes, or if it's something where we watched a video, I try to embed a video, use their notes, and attach their worksheets to that so that they always have them. If we didn't do anything that day, it's pretty simple. They look, there's nothing on that day, there's nothing to make up. They create your own site. So as long as you're signed in to your Google account, once you click on this, these gray boxes up the top, this will pull up where it gives you a sites. This is where you're going to go to create your site. So over here you can see the sites that you've created. This is my personal one that I showed you today. So if we're going to create our own, we're just going to create our own. And we're just going to pick a site name. Okay, so we'll just use Calhoun. I always do a blank template. And then I'm going to select a theme. As you can see here, there's all kinds of different themes for you to select. So you can pick schoolhouse, cherry, whatever you want to pick. We'll just go with this basic one here. And then we want to create our site. All right, so once you create it, this is going to be the basic theme. Now, if you pick one with more colors, there's obviously going to be more colors and a lot more stuff involved. But this is going to be the main page here. So here's your home page. So if you want to edit, anytime you want to edit, you just click on the little pin up here. And this gives you a chance. You can change this to, if you want to make this your introduction page, then you change it to your introduction. All right, and you can put images in here, videos. You can do anything from your Google Drive, Google Plus account, anything you want to put, all stuff you can plug in there as far as pictures, images, stuff goes. Formatting it, headers, how you want to align things. The layout, this is the main thing. If you want to change the layout to where you can type stuff, put pictures, put more information, and type, that's going to give you your basic layout. And anything you want to put in your introduction or whatever you want to make, if you just want to do that as your class, and you can make that your class. So once you create that page, you want to save it. So now we have our introduction saved. Now, anytime I want to add a page, we're just going to create the page. Now, if you want to make this, so let's say we're going to make this Calhoun 1. Now, you can put this at the top level, meaning that it can be a completely separate page, or you can put it under the introduction as a sub page. And you can go back and you can change this at all times. So let's say I want to create this page as Calhoun 1. Now off to the side, you see that it's under my introduction. So I have my introduction, now I have Calhoun 1. Well, let's say that's not where I wanted it to go. Well, I can just go here and edit any information I want to edit, and then when I save it, you'll see this little settings, and it'll ask me all these different things you can do as far as copying the page, moving the page. If you need to delete the entire page, you can. Or let's just say we want to move it and we want to put it under the introduction. So if I move it under the introduction, now it's like a subpage. So I click on my introduction and now I've got a subpage. This is a good way once you create your class. For instance, when I had Algebra 2, okay, these were my subpages underneath that page. And you can see all this through the sitemap. You can look and see, here's Algebra 2, here's the subpages, here's what's inside complex numbers. So you can always go to your sitemap and see what you have listed there. So let's go back to this. So if I want to create a subpage for this one, we would go to Create Page, and we're going to put it under Calhoun 1. And so let's say we name this Calhoun 1A. And we're going to put that page underneath there. So now, okay, I have my introduction, I have Calhoun 1, I have Calhoun 1A. And once again, if you need to edit this, you can change the name. You can type in whatever you want to type in. If you want to embed anything, if you need to insert, you can insert images. Anything that you have in Google Drive, you can do. So you have some files in your Google Drive. You can have a document, a drawing. If you have a presentation, you can put a PowerPoint if you use Google Slides. YouTube video, anytime I want to have a YouTube clip, I just simply go to YouTube, select a video. So let's say if I want to select this video, and what we'll do is we just copy the URL, paste it in there, and now that YouTube video will be embedded in there. Okay, so we click Save, and now I've got a YouTube video on my page. So that's just kind of a basic way to put pages, subpages. Let's say you get through this thing and you did like I did the very first time I made one. I didn't like the way it was. I wanted to start fresh. I didn't want to try to go back. You can always go, anytime you're on your website, you can always go this little wheel, manage your site, and then you can delete the site. And then once you delete it, it's gone and you can start over fresh. Okay, so hopefully this kind of gives you an idea of how I use it and why I use it. I think there's a lot of good benefits. There's a lot of things that you can do to help complement what you already do. You already do a lot of things. You already have the files at hand. You've already got your plans at hand. You can just upload these at the end of each day, and now there's not that excuse of a kid missing. I know we like to think that we try to eliminate those, and a lot of times we do, but this is just an easier way to make kids take responsibility, find their work, take the notes, copy them, print them, do something so they stay on top of the game. Like very basic overlay on how to make your site. If you have any questions, please come see me. I'd love to sit down with you and talk to you and even help build a basic site for you if you would like to do that. That's all I have for today. I hope y'all have a great day, and thank you.